In this video, I'm going to be changing the oil on this 2013 Ford Edge. It's got the 3.5 liter V6 engine in it. If you want to do this as well, you're going to need a 15 millimeter socket and a ratchet or a 15 millimeter wrench to remove the drain bolt, which is located directly underneath in the center of the vehicle, underneath here. There's the oil pan. Here's the oil pan, and here is the oil filter. So the 15 millimeter bolt for the drain bolt is right here. Yeah, and you might also want to, it doesn't hurt to warm the engine up for a little bit to make that oil flow a little bit easier. And you can also take out this take the cap off, like where you fill the engine oil as well. That sometimes helps it come out a little bit quicker. Man, that was dusty. But yeah, so it's gonna, you might also want a pair of gloves, and then you may also need a filter, an oil filter wrench of some sort, if that filter is too tight on there, which it very well could be. I don't know yet. Like I said, I haven't done it on this car yet, but and then as far as oil goes, this one takes 5W20. I'm just using the mobile one. High mileage or whatever for vehicles over 75,000 miles. This, the 2013 Ford Edge with the 3.5 liter V6, this calls for 6 quarts of oil with the filter. So, and then for the mobile one filter, it is going to be M1-212A. I got it at Walmart. Oh, saved it. I'll put a picture up of the other filters. I think I took a picture of the K&N filter in case someone wants that one. Or there might be like Motorcraft ones too. I don't know if I took pictures of that, but all right. Anyways, yeah, just gonna get oh, you're also gonna need a oil catch pan, something to catch the oil in, unless you prefer to just drain it straight into the ground, which you probably shouldn't do that. All right, here's a list of everything I think that you're gonna need if you want to do this oil change yourself. All right, yeah, let's get this pan, oil pan, a little catch pan under here, and get the drain bolt out, pull the filter out, and go from there. Hopefully this is the oil pan. Another little trick that I've learned over doing oil changes is kind of push towards where the threaded part or the hole is on the oil bolt, and then just unthread it all the way and then pop it off quick, and you usually can get away with not getting too covered. In Earl. Alright, we'll let all this drain as much as can out of here, and then we'll back out the filter and let that drain, clean it up, and then I like to pre-fill my oil filter, so pre-fill it and then put the new oil filter on, reinstall the drain bolt, and put the new oil on. Earl. I don't know why I keep calling it oil. Earl. As the vice grip would say. Earl. I don't know how big this drain pan is. Hopefully it's, I think it's only, I hope it's not 5 quarts. Because this thing holds 6 quarts. Oh yeah, also clean this up with a rag too. Check the end of it for metal shavings. Usually these drain bolts are magnetic on the end. Pick up any metal shavings. If you see metal shavings, you might want to bring it to a real mechanic. Alright, there we go. Now pull the filter out, let that drain, and I'll look up a torque spec for the drain bolt. You might want to replace that washer if it's bad. I think they recommend you replacing it every time. I never do it, but if you are the kind of person that likes to do stuff by the book, then maybe you want to replace it. They're pretty cheap too, if you can get them. Alright, Google says the torque spec for the drain bolt's 20 foot-pounds, so I got my torque wrench here set to 20 foot-pounds. And I'm going to actually torque the drain bolt for once. Alright, let's see if we get lucky and maybe the last person who did the oil on this thing didn't tighten the ever-living heck out of the filter. They're only really supposed to be hand tight as far as I know for the most part. So you should be able to loosen them by hand as well, typically, but never seems to be the case for me, so let's see. Fingers crossed. Oh, no way. Perfect. That's exactly how it's supposed to be. Oh. Again, I never put gloves on. Why? I have a box of gloves sitting right there. And every time I do oil changes, I have one sitting right next to me, and I never put them on. Whatever. Let that drip for a second, then we'll put the new filter in and call her done. One other thing I like to do is write the mileage that the car is currently at on the filter, as well as the date. And then I like to write it in another place as well, because I'm a forgetful person. So. Oh, wow. Alright, I got the oil filter housing cleaned up, and I cleaned up my mess on the outside of this filter, so I should be able to screw it in now and hand tighten it. You want to make sure, try to make sure anyways, that mating surface where the rubber gasket on the filter itself meets the filter housing is nice and clean, as well as like the threaded portion. The whole thing should be nice and clean, but alright, right, let's throw the thing back in there. Did I just spill some? Yep. Try not to cross thread it too. That won't be good. Alright, once you're snug, you want to go quarter turn, so that mark here should be about here. Go a little past actually. There, that should be good enough to get out by hand. We're about a half turn, so. Alright, let's go back up top and put the new oil in. Clean up whatever's left, whatever more mess down here. Alright, now with those things done, we can go ahead and add the new oil into the fill spout right here. I would normally do this without a funnel, but it's kind of at a bit of a weird angle, so I'm going to get a funnel. Alright, it's got to reset the oil light and check the oil level once or twice, and Bob's my auntie. And your auntie. Alright, to reset the oil life light on the 2014, that I'm retarded. The 2013 Ford Edge, you're going to use the little buttons here on the steering wheel, and then the one on the left side controls the screen in between like the two gauges. And if you scroll down to settings and then go to convenience there, then you'll see there's some different options to choose from. You're gonna want to choose oil life reset, and then being that we just sent or put all new oil and filter in, we're gonna do set to 100%. So hit OK. And then it'll tell you to hold OK to set. Oops. So hold it. And there we go. Now it's set at 100. So maybe that helps, sir. Hopefully that helps someone. Yeah, if you enjoyed it or if you watched the whole thing, thank you. And maybe consider subscribing, or don't, or do whatever you like.